Welcome to OreoOlive.com, where you know Oreo olives don't mix, but the abstract thought of putting those two words together has led me to create a channel to discuss various topics. On today's topic, we're going to talk about how to deal with those negative comments on YouTube, especially if you're a new content creator or looking to get into YouTube. I'm going to help you out in today's video. Let's jump right to it. Get discouraged about creating content, being afraid of what people that they don't know, who can't control them, who will never be able to control them.
Stop it. Get some help.
So I'm gonna give you the #1 tip. Don't take it personal. So in step 2, one of the other things that I often like to talk about, as you can see throughout my content, is responding with empathy and responding with kindness. And what that does is, instead of getting super defensive, just try to understand where the commenter is coming from. And when you understand where they're coming from, then you are more than likely going to respond with empathy.
Stop the cap.
And kindness, and that can diffuse a situation and even turn a negative situation into a much more positive situation. So let me give you an example. There are plenty of videos that I've made on my YouTube channel that wasn't anything negative. It was something comical, something I may have seen out in public. And what happens is people will take it a little bit too seriously. So when they take it a little bit too seriously, that's not on you. You've done what you've done. They've watched the video, and from that perspective, you can't control how somebody else will feel on the content that you create, because it's not hurting anyone. Now, instead of those same people going to other YouTube channels that are actually causing harm to people, what's going to happen is the smaller YouTubers that are coming up are going to get a lot of the heat. So what I like to do in my videos is, if I have a negative comment, I like to respond to those comments with a much more positive tone, showing empathy and kindness towards whoever is making those. So sometimes I may even respond back with a much more of a positive message. Sometimes I don't respond back at all. And sometimes as well, you have to kind of understand where the commenter is coming from, because you can actually turn a negative situation into a much more positive situation, instead of going back and forth with someone that just watched a video who may not like what you are talking about. Now here's the thing, people. For the new content creators coming up, YouTube is definitely a grown folks playground. And what I mean by that is, when you're going and you're doing your videos, you have to stay true to what you are trying to shoot, what you are trying to do in your videos, and you have to leave it at that. You cannot control everybody and the way that people feel. What oftentimes will happen on videos is, when you are doing the videos on YouTube, what you will find is more people are going to come and leave bad comments on a smaller channel than they would on a larger channel. So on larger channels, the negative comments are kind of buried down much more on top of the positive comments. So people are within the comments are actually talking with one another. So the creator is not necessarily having to go back and forth with people in the comments. On smaller channels, however, when you're doing those type of videos, that one comment may be the only comment that you have on that particular video, with probably like 1,000 views. So you will be tempted to say something negative, but trust me, you don't want to start that back and forth. The person's already watched it, that already goes towards your viewership, and leave it at that. If you do respond with a kind message, move forward and leave it alone. So as an example, I'm going to show you how you should respond.
Oh shit, here we go again.
And this right here is an example, and I really wanted to do this specific video because I know there's going to be new content creators coming up, and I never want them to get discouraged about creating content, being afraid of what people that they don't know, who can't control them, who will never be able to control them, how you handle them. So I'm going to show you from mine personally so that you can see. If you look at, so the video was showing a swimming pool in a front yard, and then it transitioned to some random guys that were sleeping in a truck. Two completely unrelated videos. When you merge it together, what it looks like is that the pool was just sitting out, no one being worked on, or not, the pool not being worked on, and it looks like the guys in the truck had something to do with it, which they are totally two separate videos. When you merge them together, this is the kind of reactions that you get. So the gentleman or person up at the top said it's called a siesta, recharging for better work. Well, if you're familiar, people live in Spain have siestas. They take a certain amount of time off work during the evening times, during the day, longer lunch breaks, they can sleep, do whatever, that's fine. No problem. Great comment, learn something new there. And you see the comment that I replied on, right? So the comment that I replied back on over here was, that's great, cool, move on. This person right here, if it gets done at an agreed price, mind your business. Cool comment, no problem. But then, if you look right here at this very, very last comment, sorry, I'm pointing at myself here. This last comment that's down like right here, people are still allowed lunch breaks, Karen.
Bruh. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Let me tell you, we don't care.
Okay, he must have been talking to somebody else up there, but look how the way that I responded down at the bottom there. Absolutely.
I'm so sick of this company.
Lunch breaks are a must. I'm thrilled that you're taking one, which I was talking to them, to recharge and enjoy some good food. But thanks for joining me on your lunch break. I hope your video brought you a smile to your face. Keep nourishing yourself and spreading the positivity. Have a fantastic day.
Nice.
Left it at that. And then the person below, Stephen, whatever, got a rat there. Okay, I guess I must be talking to somebody else. But those are the kind of things that you will see, people. And it's perfectly fine, like not going to hurt anything. So as you are going more through this, keep in mind that you're going to have comments of people who are not going to like the things that you have to say. So where do you go from here? Where you go from here is you definitely make sure that your audience is giving you some feedback in your videos. It's going to help you build more creativity and definitely create a community so that you can band together to spread kindness, make YouTube a better place for everyone. Sounds like the perfect pattern world. In reality, it doesn't happen that way. But what you can do from yourself as a content creator is consistently create your content, stay on code. Don't let anyone take you away from that. Remember to stay positive, keep the content creativity amazing, and we'll see you in the next video. Until then, people, take care, spread that positivity. Like, listen, subscribe, OrioLife.com. Look forward to bringing more content to you all soon.